Denise Gwen, reading aloud for you from my short story, The Greasy Spoon, Chapter 49. Jeb kept his grip on the gun pressing into Maria's temple. Nick kept his grip on the gun pressing into the back of Jeb's skull. "I knowed you was out here," Jeb said thickly. "Mr. McAllister," Nick said slowly, "your son is still alive." "No, he ain't, you asshole," Jeb said, then added, with a hitch in his voice, "You done killed him." "No, I ain't done killed him." Nick pointed at the flattened out place in the grass where Junior had lain. "Take a look at that place in the grass over there, Mr. McAllister." "Yeah, what about it?" "I knocked your son's lights out and he dropped down right there." "From the roof?" "Yes, from the roof." Jeb lowered his head. "My son was right, you cocksucker. You was up there all right, and if I'd have listened to him, and I don't know where he's run off to, but if he's the least bit interested in self-preservation, I hope to hell he ran off somewhere else far from here." "You killed Buddy," Jeb said. "Ed did that." "You killed Clem." Nick swallowed. "Yep, I did that." Jeb licked his lips. "What are you saying, son?" "Oh, now I'm son to you?" Nick inhaled, held his breath. "Your son is alive." Jeb studied the patch of grass. "How can I believe you?" "You've got no reason to, but I assure you he's alive." "Your word don't mean nothing to me." "Well, how about this? When I left this place a few minutes ago, he was passed out on the grass, and now he ain't here. And I sure do hope he ain't creeping up behind me." Jeb nodded. Nick didn't dare look behind him. It could all end in a minute if Junior really were creeping up from behind. Nick had stripped him of all his weapons, but that didn't mean he didn't have access to an entire arsenal of rifles and shotguns and other weapons at his disposal to finish off the day's work and make his daddy proud. "Put your gun down, Mr. McAllister." Jeb stood there, considering. Silent tears tracked down Maria's cheeks. "I don't want to kill you, Mr. McAllister." Jeb spat ruminatively, studied the patch of flattened out grass, saw an indentation in the grass where his skinny, half-witted dolt of an idiot son had lain. So perhaps he did have a good reason to believe something that a lawyer had said to him. Then again, did anyone ever believe anything that a lawyer says to him? And what was that tired old lawyer joke? How can you tell a lawyer is lying to you? His lips are moving. "Mr. McAllister," Nick said in a low voice, "I grew up on a farm." "Uh-huh. I don't know if you recall this, but earlier today I tried to tell you some facts about this awful case. And if you'd only let me, I can fix this. I swear to you I can." Jeb said nothing, but he did appear to be listening. "I just need you to have faith in me and let me take care of this, and you'll get to keep your farm." Jeb did not release his grip on the pistol, but he did spare Nick a wary eye. "How can you guarantee that?" "Because I can." He licked his parched lips. "There are some things that I know about the court system. Let's just keep it at that. And I can guarantee you this case will go away." "Why don't you just shoot me in the head and put me out of my misery?" "Mr. McAllister, your son's still alive." Mr. McAllister glared at him. You're not fucking with me. I'm not fucking with you, Mr. McAllister. When I left this spot just a few minutes ago, your son was passed out on the grass over there. He's come to and run off someplace. I don't rightly know where, only I hope to hell he doesn't kill me. Trust me, Mr. McAllister, your son's alive. After a long moment, Jeb sighed. Well, I suppose that does change things, don't it? You've got one chance, Mr. McAllister. I mean it. Jeb's shoulders sagged and he lowered the pistol. Drop the pistol, Mr. McAllister. Jeb let the gun fall from his fingers. Nick kept his gun leveled at Jeb's neck and reached for Maria, who'd collapsed onto the ground weeping. Maria, he whispered, honey, get up. He bent down, picked up Jeb's gun, and stuffed it into his back left pocket. Patted Jeb down for any hidden weapons, then put Junior's gun into his back right pocket, pulled Maria to her feet, and checked her. She looked fine. Stay there a sec, he said, and hurried back to the corner and had to dig around in the grass to find the 2 rifles. He picked them up and cradled them in his left arm and came back and grabbed Maria's hand. As they ran around the front corner of the pole barn, he called out over his shoulder, "Goodbye, Mr. McAllister. Give it a couple of days and you'll be happy with the result." He cradled the rifles in the crook of his left arm and clutched Maria's hand with his right, and they sprinted down the full length of the pole barn building to the trucks. It was a bad moment. Junior could have popped up out of anywhere and shot him, and it did surprise him that Junior didn't, and he swiveled his head from side to side as he ran, half expecting Junior to make one last surprise appearance. But no surprises, no Junior. He chose Clem's truck parked on the outside of Jeb's. He ran up to the passenger side door, yanked it open, boosted Maria up and into the cab and said, "Duck down," and pointed at the passenger side well, and she understood and curled up into a ball on the floor. And he ran around to the driver's side door and tossed the 2 rifles into the clips on the back window, shoved the key into the ignition, and started the engine. It revved to life. He uttered a silent prayer. Thank you, Mary and Joseph and all the saints in heaven. He threw the gear into drive and did a noisy, dusty U-turn in the driveway and roared to the gate, all while keeping a watchful eye out for Junior and seeing him at every corner. He cleared the entrance gates, hung a left, and booked it to town.